So we just finished our grocery shopping and we're heading out now. They have controlled parking here, and now we're going to get on this little frontage road here, which will put us on our road back home. Alright, so back onto the frontage road. Go straight. If we pulled up to the right there, there's another shopping center in there with a slightly more expensive grocery store that has good stuff, but like I said, it's a little bit more expensive. It's called Reba Smith. We're going to bypass Reba today and we're going to head on home. So this is our road back to our house. I don't know the name of this road. It gets really busy in the afternoon, around 4 o'clock when people are getting off work. So we're at about 2:45 right now. So we're missing most of the traffic. So right down here, there's a barbecue spot that we're going to be trying here in the next day or so. Hopefully get some good brisket.
It's called Austin Mama's.
So we're just going to use up the road here, and then what we'll do is we'll take a right here, and we're going to get on this other little frontage road, and then drive through El Vecino on our way back to our house. El Vecino, the neighborhood. Drive through the neighborhood on this little frontage road. Fort Clayton is where we're living here, and this is pretty much all former military housing. The base closed in 1999 when the Panama Canal was turned back over to the Panamanians. And now it's a mixed neighborhood with Panamanians, American expats, and also a lot of former Americans who might work in Ciudad de Saber, City of Knowledge, which is where most of the government buildings and agencies are located. But a lot of those people live around here. A lot of these neighborhoods are gated, like that one that Sarah was just pointing at, gated neighborhoods with guards that keep out the riffraff. So we just had a nice little shopping experience at the Super Carne, and we didn't show you what it was like inside there. Maybe we'll do another video another day, but things are cheap. I got a half gallon of fresh squeezed orange juice for $2.40. Back in the States, that would be well over $10. You got a loaf of bread, nice loaf of whole grain bread. I think it was $1.25. We got a dozen eggs for $2. So we got all kinds of good stuff. Oh, Pepsi's. A can of Pepsi was 60 cents. So if I were to get a 6-pack of Pepsi, that would be under $2.50 for a 6-pack of Pepsi. Cheap prices, makes it affordable, which is one of the reasons we're here in Panama. It's because of the affordability. Because we're poor now. So we decided to move to a location that fits our finances. No sense in staying where we can barely afford to live and just complaining about it, acting like we're some sort of victims, but we're not. We are proactive and taking control, and decided to move to a place that better suits our needs and our finances, or lack of them. Just cruising through the little neighborhood here. All these houses are duplexes. They're like two houses that are combined into two houses, or into two, one big house that's split into two. I slowed down back there so you could see the Cadillac. That's the only Cadillac we've seen since we've been here. Even though it isn't a CT5V like Sarah's old car, it is a Cadillac. It's nice to see. So we're turning onto our road to our neighborhood here, and very historic cemetery here. I believe it's mostly filled with former military, U.S. military people. One day we'll go visit that cemetery. There's a visitor center and whatnot, so one day we'll go check it out. But this is the road we take when we're going back to our house. It's a very quiet road. The only people who drive this road are either people who live in the neighborhood or people who work in the neighborhood. There's no through traffic in this neighborhood, and as you'll see when we get up to the entrance, there's a gate guard who may or may not recognize us. Come through this gate about a dozen times since we've lived here, and I believe there are 3 different employees that work this gate. One of them knows us. He recognizes us, and he almost smiled at us the other day.